Are you looking at getting into historical costuming, or maybe you want to put some twists on some cosplays and make it historical? Well, today I wanted to do a little bit of a review and a shout out to a fantastic resource, which is American Duchess. G'day everyone, welcome back to another Catch Up with Kiralee. Today I wanted to talk about the small business on the other side of the world from me, which is American Duchess. They are well known for creating historical shoes, but also they are known for creating wonderful patterns to create historical garments. I should also preference this by explaining that they don't know I'm doing this. I'm just some random in their eyes, and I just wanted to share the love because in this time of coronavirus and economic uncertainty, I think that we need to support small businesses where we can, and also they do really amazing stuff. So although they are mostly known for their historical shoes, which are amazing, I am actually going to be focusing my video today on their patterns because, to be fair, they are probably the most accessible for us who are not living in the USA, and shipping is very expensive. So the three things that I wanted to talk about today, which I've kind of used all of these in some form, is firstly, their patterns that they've partnered up with Simplicity to create, also their guide to 18th century dressmaking book, and also their free patterns that you can download, including this beautiful 1913-esque cape. So let's start off with the commercial patterns that they have created with Simplicity. I have used both these patterns in the creation of my most recent cosplay that I'm currently working on, which is 18th century Jigglypuff in a sack back style gown. So I created the pocket hoops from this one, and I've basically used this one as the guide for creating my costume. So from this pattern, I have made the pocket hoops, which I must give credit to American Duchess for thinking about what is the easiest way for these to be stored, and they've made it so that it can lay completely flat, which is fabulous. And I have, with this one, basically used the entire pattern to create the base of Jigglypuff. So let's talk about commercial patterns, especially the big four. They get a lot of flack in regards to historical costumes, especially because they kind of go, yeah, that's close enough, all right then. That's not what I get from these patterns. From these patterns, I trust them because of the name and the brand that's associated with American Duchess, and also because when they talk about them in more detail in the 18th century dressmaking book, it all kind of aligns together. Sure, you probably didn't use a machine to sew your seams in the 18th century because they didn't exist, but I will say that they make it super accessible to people and is really good for the beginner getting into historical costuming. Hi, that's kind of me as I kind of go down this rabbit hole. But it's also good for people who are nervous as well, because let's be real here, getting those historical shapes can be very intimidating. And the really good news with these particular patterns that I have is that they come together really, really quickly. So now let's talk about the 18th century guide to dressmaking book. If these patterns are the entry level to how, this is the detail how and the why. It's part history lesson, part sewing instruction, and there is a lot of pictures to have a look at. And as a visual learner, I really appreciate this. The other thing that I really love about this book is that it is clear that there is so much love that has gone into this book. Plus also, I really enjoy the whimsical kind of language that is used within this book. And now onto the third item, the free patterns. Now, to be honest, there's not lots of free patterns, and I completely go, yep, you know what? Fair. Fair, fair, fair. But they do have a pattern for a dress on their website, and also this cape on their Patreon. The other thing is that you don't have to be a Patreon to be able to download it, so you can just go to their Patreon right now and you can download all the information to create this cape. The pattern is on a grid format, which you have to scale up, and I've never done that before, so it was a really interesting thing to do, and I felt like I learnt a new skill. Now, I love this cape. I actually have been wearing it to and from work pretty much since I've made it, and I have had nothing but positive compliments. So bring back the cape, woo! If you would like a link for this cape, then I will certainly leave the link to their Patreon below. Do check them out, and also while you're there, maybe consider becoming a Patreon of theirs. American Duchess also has a YouTube channel, so I'll be leaving their link below, as well as Abby Cox's own YouTube channel. She is kind of partnered up with Lauren, who is the CEO of American Duchess, and you'll see her a lot on the videos, of course, but Abby has her own video channel and it's also great. It's fun to watch her geek out over Victorian clothing. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. If you've got any questions about the patterns, the book, the cape, whatever, please leave them in the comments below and I will tell you my feelings about them all. You'll probably guess that they're pretty positive. If you have used the patterns or you have, got a pair of American Duchess shoes yourself, please let me know. I'd like to find out your thoughts about it all. And guys, please check out American Duchess, their website, their Patreon, their YouTube channel, their Facebook page, their Instagram. They're amazing. All right, guys, see you next time. Bye.